Good morning, cubies and newbies. I am Sunshine. Thanks for joining me. I am the creator of the ABCube method for solving Rubik's cubes. That's formula A right there, 4 moves. That's formula B right there, 8 moves. And with that, you can solve every complexity Rubik's cube. Also, every complexity Minx, which I've been working on. There's no order of operations, but what I do the corners first, because every cube has 8 corners, no matter which cube you're working on. You start starting with the 8 corners is convenient. So I do the corners. Corners mandate which color each face is going to be, and then I do the edges, because if there's going to be a parity, they're going to show up on the edges, and I want to resolve that parity before I do the centers. And so I do corners, edges, and then centers. There is an order of operation for the minxes. You have to do the star parts first before you do the non-star parts, because if one of your 2 columns for formula B is the center, you do get ancillary movements, such as this. I moved the star tip here, and it moved these edge pieces as well. I moved the star arm here, these 3, and it moved the centers as well, centers and edge as well. So there's an order of operations. You have to do the star parts first for the minxes, but the difference between them and the cube is that the cube can get a parity, the minxes cannot. A parity is when parity is a lie. It's when it looks like there's 2 pieces and only 2 pieces that you need to exchange. There's always 3. The third piece that you do not see is literally the piece you do not see. It is the layer that touches that parity as a quarter turn off. Make that quarter turn, and then solve the edges in that perspective, and the parity, poof, has disappeared. Since we do the centers last, we don't have to reset the centers after doing that quarter turn. So we're all set. Let's see who's with us today. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Since you're all familiar names, I'm not going to lecture. I've been working on this throughout the week. We may be invaded by a kitty cat if we're not careful. I've been working on this throughout the week. I did the star centers first, and then I did the other centers. Then I'm just started working on the edges. Yesterday, I got the whites done. I go layer by layer with it because it's so big. There's too many. It doesn't really matter on the cube. You just find a piece and throw it in the direction it wants to be. It lands there. This one has so many different faces that there's some jumping around that's required. Not dissimilar to the knight on the chessboard has to jump around. Can't go straight, and so this one has a bit of a jumping around. Someone was talking to me yesterday saying that they could do the smaller minx, but got confused when it came to the last layer. So I would like to have my last layer ready to do so I can demonstrate if they ask me that question again today. I can do the whole cube just using A and B, but I take some shortcuts for the first half of the cube, for the first face of the cube, simply because it's not overly. Just for the first 4 corners, first 5 corners, the equivalent of the cross. Okay, so here's a white and green. Here's yellow and white. I'm looking for whites and bringing them down. Line them up to the center and then slide them into place. And of course that only works for the cross, the star. Okay, for the corners, moving them into place, I use Formula A. The difference being is that because I can see more of the cube if the cube's upside down, I do the inverse of Formula A, which is of course the sexy move or the smooth move, to get the white to fall down into place. But it is indeed Formula A, as you can see here. Out, down, and up. Out, down, and up. Bottom row, right column. Okay. Also the difference between a cube and a minx, that I spend time looking for the pieces that I want. Cubes, I just find a piece that's wrong and throw it in the direction. I don't have to worry about looking for pieces and finding them and placing them. I don't have to worry about pairing up edges. Pairing up edges is for the reduction method is not actually favorable. You're more likely to run into a parity if you pair up the edges. Okay, so the white stars is done. White face is done. The next step is the side edges, the white side edges. Good morning. I'm Sunshine. I'm happy to chat with you. Otherwise, I'm playing with my minxes today because I've got the whites done, I've got the centers done, and I'm working on the edges. Centers done, the tips done, and the corners done. So I'm working on the edges today, but I'm demonstrating how I got there on this one. So white side's done. I'm looking for the white side edges. I'm looking for, in my mind, I divide the colors between the white and the bolds and the gray and the pastels. So I'm looking for this layer, I'm looking for the star tips that are double bold. So this one's single bold, this one's gray, 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 this one's double bold. Bring it above where it wants to be, slide it down until it matches the center, and then determine its direction. And then the two columns for Formula B are where it's going to land and where it begins, which is the center one, which causes ancillary movements, but we can't tell when the cube is scrambled, so we don't care until we get to the last layer. Up, down, down. Okay, so that's one, that's two. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a double bold. It's green and red. Drop it down until it matches the center, and then determine its direction and start by moving away. So it's away. So it's first column and second column. So it's away first, way up, in, up, away, down, in, down. You just have to morph this into one row and with your mind. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's a red and green. Oh, that one's placed. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're looking for one more. It's the green and purple. And the looking for things is there it is. Right where I want it to be. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, so that layer is done. Next we do this corner. We for the corners, it's double bold and a single pastel. Line up the pastel color and drop it down. That's one. This one is single bold. This one is double bold. Line up the pastel color and drop it down. Line up the pastel color and drop it down. Line up the pastel color and drop it down. Line up the pastel color and drop it down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got all these corners are all in place. Okay, so then we move to the edges and we place them. So now we're looking for single bolds, which is not grays. Here we move it above where it wants to land. So it wants to land about next to this corner on the blue side. So we line it up, we go up, up, down, down, and then set it back into place. Here's the purple, so it goes above this one on this side. Line it up above the corner, up, up, down, down, and reset. Here's the red and pink, lines above here. Bring the corner up, line it up to the corner, slide up, slide up, slide down, and reset. 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one. It's going to land here. Slide up, up, down, down, and reset. 3. Go above the yellow and orange. It wants to land here. It's going to land above this corner. Up, up, down, down, and reset. Here's a yellow. Okay, it's going to land above this corner on this side, line up to the middle, and set it. Up, up, down, down. It's just a matter of treating the center layer as if it's a single slice. Here's purple. It's going to land right here, above here on this direction. So I bring the corner up, place it, and put the corner back. Am I speaking loud enough? Can you guys hear me okay? And then set. So this corner's done, this corner's done, this corner's done. This corner has one that needs to be flipped. And then we're looking for another green. So first of all, let's put a gray piece into here to move it to the top, and then place it. And second of all, there's the green I'm looking for. So I'm going to place this here. This is going to stay where it is because these two pieces are the one that are going to move. So we go up, up, down, down, reset it, and here's my green. Bring it up. It's going to land above this corner. Up, up, down, down. Okay. All right, so this corner's done, this corner's done, this corner's done, this corner's done. Next thing to do, the next layer by layer, the next thing to do would be the center, the equator, the remaining equator corners. And that is what I'm going to do, even though they're going to be displaced when I work on the last layer of star tips. However, it's still easier for me to see it in place now when I'm doing the rest of them, so I'm going to do it even though I know it's going to be displaced. So here's purple, comes above it, drop it down, use formula A or its inverse to drop it down. Here's red, drop it down. It is formula A, but I can see more of the cube if I have it face down. So it's the sexy move. I did not know. Okay. Okay. Here's one's in the right place, wants to be flipped. There we go. And then green. Okay, so these corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all I'm left now with is the double pastels and the gray pieces. So I'm going to do the double pastels, which will get me to the last layer, which is where someone said they had confusion. So let's get to the last layer. One, down. 1, 2, okay, this one, gray, 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 blue and orange. Line it up, determine its direction, start by moving it away, up, up, down, down. Pink to yellow, up, up, down, down. Okay, so it's done but the last layer. So if anyone wants to ask me about the last layer, I have it ready to demonstrate. Now I'm going to move back to, I'm happy to switch to a cube for anybody who has any questions or wants me to demonstrate. In the meantime, the Minx works on the ABCube method as well. So white's done. With the white face down, we're looking for the double bolds edges. Ooh, there's a cat fight outside. Okay, here's a double bold edge. It's red and blue, so I move it above. I'm going to offset the gray side. The centers, the star parts are all done, and I'm trying to keep them that way. But occasionally I mess up and I have to redo them, but that's okay. So I'm ignoring them, and I'm going to offset the gray to move the red and blue above where it wants to land. So it wants to land on this side right here. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down by moving it forward. So here, these are the three that are going to move. If I move it forward, these are the three that are going to move. So that's going to move that closer to where it is. So I do Formula B, which to bring this piece here, which will bring this piece forward. So away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. Reset my grays so I don't lose them. Okay. Now, this red and blue, if I put it above here, but I bring it to the matching side, and so it's going to drop down here. So these three pieces will move up, up, down, down. Okay, and then reset the side. Same thing, here's a red and green, bring it above the red and green. I'm going to drop it down by moving it forward, up, up, down, down. Okay, reset my gray. Okay, and then to drop this down to here, I just move it, match the front side, and drop it down. These two pieces are moving. Up, up, down, down. Okay, and then reset my tips. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. If you've just discovered me, I'm Sunshine, and I created the ABCube method for solving Rubik's cubes. Otherwise, you cubies or newbies, welcome. I love teaching the cube. So I love teaching more than demonstrating, and I love chatting more than monologue. So feel free to hop in and ask me any questions you have. If you want to learn this method, or if you have a friend who wants to learn this method, someone who you've tried to teach and they're like, I just can't learn it. This is the method, and I can teach it. I'm set up to teach it in real time. I just gameplay capture my Zoom call, and I can teach up to 4 people at the same time. In the meantime, I've been working on the Minx this week, and so I'm working on the edge pieces now. The difference between a Minx and a cube is the cube can get parities, which are resolved with a single quarter turn. The Minx cannot get parities, but it does have an order of operations. You want to do the star parts before the non-star parts, because when one of the 2 columns is the center one, you have ancillary movements, which you have to then redo if you've done them before. If you haven't, then you don't have to double up. So I'm looking at the whites are done, white edges done. I'm working on the edges. I'm going layer by layer. Here's a double bold edge. It is lined up above where it wants to land, since it wants to land here. So I'm going to move it down by moving it forward. Okay, so it'll land here. Slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, and now it wants to land over here. It is lined up to land here. Now I can do this two ways. I can either do Formula B twice, which one will put this here and then the second one will move it here, or I can just offset my blue and have it set to land here, which is where I want it. So I'm going to do Formula B, and then I'm going to reset the blue. Up, up, down, down, and then reset. And there it is. So white face down, looking for double bolts. Here's a yellow and purple. It's above the yellow and purple. Okay, it wants to land here. So I'm going to bring it forward. I'm bringing it down by moving it forward. Up, up, down, down. And then it's matching the white, matching the center, so it wants to land here. And once again, I will offset so that these three corners move. No, I don't want to move. I don't want to move that corner, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to do Formula B twice to move it here and then here. I just want to be flexible. There's one. There's two. Okay. White face down, looking for double bolts, edges. Here's yellow and blue. That's a good one. Okay. And now I'm going to have to mess up this yellow, but that's okay. I guess I'm going layer by layer. Up, up, down, down. And then this wants to move here. So offset the green so it'll land here. Up, up, down, down, and then reset. Okay, and we're just placing pieces one at a time. On the cube, I find a piece and just throw it in its direction. On the Minx, because there's so many different faces, I go layer by layer. So I do have to actually spend time looking for pieces, which I don't do on the cube. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Here's a double, purple and yellow, which wants to land up all the way on the other side of the cube. I could dance it around, hop it around, or I can just move it to the top to the gray side, and then set it. So slide up, slide down, and I have moved it from here to the top. So now I will bring it above where it wants to land. So it wants to land here. I bring it down by moving it forward. That'll displace this one out where I can work on it. Slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, reset my grays. Got to keep on top of them. Now it wants to land here, line it up to the matching side, and it can just come face down right there. So slide up, slide down, and then reset. Reset the tips. There we go. Alright, so this side is done, this side is done. We need another blue and red, and a red and green, and a green, and we need several more, so let's just keep working. Here's a red and blue. Bring it above the red and blue. Okay, by offsetting the gray. Okay, so bring it down by bringing it forward, which will move this one out where I can work on it. Up, up, down, down. Okay, reset my grays. And then this one wants to go here, so I can either do it twice this way or once this way. Up, up, down, down, and reset. Okay, that's another side done. So there's still more to find. Let's look for more double bolts. Here's one. Okay. It needs to jump at least twice. So let me just move it to the top. Okay, offset my pink so it's going to land onto the gray, and we move it off the pink. Up, up, down, down, and then reset. So now it's up here. So is this one. Let's do this one first since we see it. Okay, I can move it down by moving it forward. Okay, slide up, slide up, slide down, reset my grays. Okay, line it up, match the center, and it'll land here. Slide up, slide down, and reset. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, one more. There it is. Bring it above where it wants to land. It wants to land here. So bring it forward, slide up, slide down, reset my grays. Okay, now it wants to land here. I can do that twice to move it here, or I can offset here and move it right there. So up, down. If I had the reverse of being memorized, I could have just done that instead, but okay, so now my white's done and my white sides are done. The next thing to do is, because my centers are done, if I go any farther than this without my centers done, then doing the centers is going to mess up whatever I do at this point in time. So I only get to this point if my centers are done. So the next thing to do is look for a single bold. Okay, and here's one, purple. Move it above the purple. Okay, it wants to land here, so it wants to land right there. So formula B, we'll move it forward, moving these three pieces. Slide up, slide down, and reset my gray. Okay, so that's placed. Here's a bold, but it's on top. I want to work with the ones on the face first. So here's a red. Okay, it wants to move down there. Okay, so move down by moving forward. Slide up, slide down. Okay, and there it is. Reset my grays. Looking for a white bold. Here's a bold, yellow and orange. Okay, so it's above the yellow and orange. Okay, and if I bring it down, it's lined up where it wants to be. So these three pieces, slide up, slide down, and it's either just going to fall down into its place, or let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I'm going to have to bring one to the front. So let's bring this blue to the front here. Up, down. Okay. All right, so this blue and pink wants to land over here. This is one where it's just going to land right into place. Okay, so I've offset my gray. I'm going to set my blue and pink. Place, not set. Okay, and then reset my gray. Kitty! You are Kitty. Hello. Hello, sweetie. What you doing? Do you want my attention? Do you want attention? Are you so pretty? Are you so pretty? Where's you going? What you doing? Hi. Hi. Kitty. Okay. All right. You have fun. I'm working. Go. I love you. Yes, I do. Okay. All right. So, sorry. I'm not sorry. Here's a green. Beautiful cat. Thank you. Her name is Fluffer Bunny. She is a service animal. She's a support animal. Hi, kitty. And yes, I agree. She's very beautiful. She's so pretty. Okay, so she's the most beautiful cat in the world, except for probably yours. Okay, so this one wants to go. This is green and blue. Wants to land above the green and blue. If I bring it forward here, it's landed in the wrong space. So this one doesn't just move forward. So I bring the side forward so it can land there, and then I reset the tips. Up, down, okay, and then reset the tips. Okay, so there it is. Looking for bold on the front. Have to bring one forward. All right. Let's offset that, so while I bring this one forward, I'm bringing this one to the top as well. So So up, up, down, down. Okay, reset my gray. Now I want to move this above where it wants to be. Okay, so it's going to land here. So here's another one where I can't just bring it forward because that's not where it goes. So I offset my side so it will land in between these two pieces, and then I reset the side. Up, up, down, down. Okay, and there it is. Okay, let's bring this one forward and place this one to the gray side at the same time. So up, up, down, down. Okay, now this one wants to come down by moving forward. Oh, this one's in place. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to offset my yellow so there's a garbage paste here that can be moved easily. So up, up, down, down, and then reset, and then reset. And the way that I mess up in this stage is sometimes I reset the wrong face before the other one, and then it's altered. So here's a blue. So that's how you make a mistake at this point in time, if you want to. It wants to come down by moving forward, which will put this one. You know what? I want to land it on the gray side, so let's just move the gray side down so it'll land on the gray side, save myself a step there. So slide up, slide down, and then reset my pink side, and reset my gray side. Okay, so we're working on the bold faces. Here, 1, 2, 3. All of them are on top, but they're on top. I have to work with. They have to be on the face side so I can work with them. So let me do that. So I'm going to bring one of these pieces to the front. And there's nothing advantageous to do at the same time, so I'm just going to do it. All right. Okay. Bringing this one forward, this one to the front of the gray side, moving these three pieces up, up. Hi! Fluffer Bunny is very carefully watching. Okay. All right, so now bring it over where it wants to be. It wants to be here, so I bring that up, and I land it up, up. Are you coming back? Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you are so impressive. Hi. Hi. Oh, you can lay down if you want. Hi. Okay, go away. Good job. All right, so anything on front? No, so I'm going to bring one of these to the front using Formula B. Everything's Formula B. You can actually do the entire cube using just Formula B, but I'm not smart enough to do that. You have to plan which way do you move the formulas in order to get the pieces to land in the right spot, so they don't need to be twisted. You can do that, but I'm not smart enough to do that, so that's why I kept Formula A in the mix. Okay, so this one wants to land here. Slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay. 1, 2, here's on top, here's on front. Okay, and it wants to just come down here. So I'm not offsetting anything, I'm just bringing it down. Up, up, down, down. Okay, reset. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting there. The bold sides are coming along. All right, here's one. Here's one. I want 1, 2, 3. I want it to be on the front. So I'm going to do Formula B to bring it forward. Okay, and then it wants to just fall down here, right there. But I don't want to displace this one. So I'm going to offset my side, my right, bring it forward, and then reset my right. Okay, green side's done. Yay, green face is done. Rest of them still need work. Okay, so no bolts on the gray side, so I've got to move one of these forward. So first column, second column, we'll move this piece over here. Down. Okay, and then it wants to be above the blue and pink. Okay, so if I move it forward, it's over here. So to get it over here, I need to be on this side and move this up. So it's going to land there, up, up, down, down. I'm setting that at the same time because it was lined up. And the blue face is done. Yay, we're getting progress, you guys. Okay, okay. We're going to move this bold to the gray face so I can work with it. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. And okay, so above where it wants to be, bring the side up, place it up, up, down, down, and reset. Okay, 1, 2, here's another bold. Wants to go over here. I could bring it, it's too many jumps. So I'm going to bring it to the gray face. Up, up, down, down. Do any of you guys have animals? Have pets or support or service animals? I would love to know the names of your animals. Okay, bring it above, line it up, drop it down, up, up, down, down. All right, so set the top. This is on top. I want to bring it forward so I can work on it. Up, up, down, down. Okay, so above where it wants to be is right here. I'm going to drop it down, but I'm going to offset this piece. And these three are the ones that are moving. Up. Don't have any animals. Okay, that's one vote for no, one answer for no animals. Someone once gave me the honor, one of my streamers once gave me the honor of naming her stuffed toy. she had a stuffed cat, and I had just watched Marvel, the one where Agent Coulson loses his eye, and so the name of the cat was Goose. So I said, "Your cat is now named Goose. You're going to travel to Spain. Oh, how fun! I've never left the country." No, that's not true. I went to the Bahamas and I went to Hawaii. Well, Hawaii's the country, but I went to the Bahamas once. Ha! I am a world traveler. Okay, so I want to bring this one forward. Up, up, down. On a cruise. It was so much fun. So much fun. All right, so this one wants to drop down. I do that by moving it forward, offset so I don't mess up this one. So these three are going to move. And down. Okay. All right. So still got green and purple and yellow and blue. Just one more red. Haha! There it is. Okay, bringing it to the top so I can work with it. To the gray side so I can work with it. Okay, and above the red, bring it up so it can drop down, up, up, down, down, and set. All right, so white's done, bold faces are done. Okay, I'm going to, the way that I work with the top layer is I work with just the gray and just one layer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this bottom layer so I don't have, I'm containing the movement when I work on the last layer. So I'm looking to see if any of these pieces want to move down. So I'm going to drop this one down. Is solve the cube? Rephrase your question because I didn't understand. So this one's going to come down here. Up, up, down, down. Okay. So this one's done. This one's done. I'm looking for the yellow and blue. Yellow and blue. Here's one. This one wants to come here, so that's not the right yellow and blue. Here's a yellow and blue. I'm going to bring it to the top by placing this gray down. And then I'm going to, that yellow and blue, bring it here, and I'm going to drop it down. So I'm filling up the bottom half of the cube, so that when I work with the gray side, I'm only working with the gray side plus one other layer. So 1, 2, blue and orange. This one goes here, so I need a different blue and orange. There's one. Okay. I'm going to bring this to the gray side so that I can work with it. Up, up, down, down. And then bring it around to the front and drop it down into its place. Okay. All right, so now I'm left with just a top layer. Again, I've already done the edges and the centerpiece and the corners, so I don't have to worry about displacing anything. But at this point in time, oh wait, there's one more. One more. Orange, and there it is. Drop it down. Okay. All right, so all that is left now is the gray side, the gray face, and one layer. One layer. Okay. So I narrow it. I solve it one piece at a time. Why not? And so I'm looking for any gray that's on this layer, and I'm going to place it to the gray face. I'm going to do this until the gray face is either completely solved or one piece off. One piece per layer off. So I've lined it up. I'm going to drop it down. Okay, here's another gray. Line up the yellows. Drop it down. Okay, here's another gray. Line it up the pink. Drop it in place. Formula B. It's all Formula B. Here's a pink and gray. Line up the pink. Drop it into place. Okay. Here's another gray. Line up the oranges. Drop it into place. Okay. No, it looks like it's only one or two off, but there's more on the sides that are not correct. So I've got to keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no grays on the layer, this layer anymore. So I'm going to displace one of them out, an incorrect piece out. Okay. So Formula B, we'll place this one here, which will bring this one out to the layer. Okay, and so here's a gray, line it up with the yellows, and place it up, up, down, down. Okay, here's another gray, line it up with the blues, place it up, up, down, down. Okay, here's another one, line it up, place it. It gets exciting when it gets this far along because I can see the progress being made. All right, so The gray is now complete, but only one move off. Complete is one placement away from being complete, and I need to move. So I need to use that space to move these other ones around. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to work with it. So this one is correct. This one is not correct. This one wants to be blue and yellow. So I look for the blue and yellow, and it's right here. So I need to move it down by moving it forward. So I line up this incorrect space that I'm going to use. So I'm going to bring this one down, and I'm going to place these pieces on this layer one at a time. So up, down, down. Okay, so this one's correct, this one's correct. This one wants to be pink and yellow. That's not it, this is it. So I need to move this one forward twice. And so I line up this one to bring this one forward. Up, down, down. And then rotate the face so it can come down again. I solved my gray face, so I got to offset another one by because I have to move this one down. So up, down, down. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. There's 2 more that need to work, and so 2 on this face and 1 on this face. It has to solve, goes this direction. So these last 3 pieces, if I place this correctly, then this one will move forward. These last pieces are going to do it. So formula B, up, down, down, and ta-da! We did it! I did it, but feel free to ask me any questions. I've been promising, I've got a tutorial for the cube on abcube.how. Been promising to set up a tutorial from scratch, from scrambled, for the minxes, and I haven't done that yet. I just keep doing last steps. So that's still something I want to do. Yay! All right, so I'm gonna do this. I can't leave it scrambled. I have to solve it. All right. So the last layer, the star tips and the corners are not done. I've said that we have to do the star tips, the star parts first, and so before we do the non-star pieces. Ooh, windy outside. I'm glad I'm in 4 walls. All right. So looking at the gray face, only one of them has gray face up, so that's the one I'm going to line up because that has the most likelihood of being in the correct place. So I'm going to use formula B to move these other pieces into place, and which is going to mess up these corners, and I'm okay with that. So this one's in place. I'm going clockwise here, going counterclockwise here. This one wants to be yellow. There's a yellow right here. If I bring this yellow forward, I'm offset this pink, so I don't want to do that. So I'm going to bring the yellow forward in this direction. And if it were right here, it would come forward correctly. So I'm going to move it forward and place it in this spot so that I can then bring it forward. So I'm going to do formula B. I'm going to offsetting my orange. Do formula B, which will move this forward, and then formula B, which will move it here, and then as I offset, it'll be in place to move forward. So slide up, slide down, and again up, down, and then I reset my orange. And so now with my pink still in place, this orange wants to come forward, and I can do that by offsetting my blue. So move these 3 pieces up, down, and doing this is playing havoc with my corners, and I don't care. That's why you have to do the star pieces first. So this is correct, this is correct. These 3 are not correct, and this one wants to go here, and the blue wants to go forward. So offset them so that these ones they're all going to land in the correct place. Up, down, and reset. So now all of my star parts are where they, and yes, I messed up my corners, and that's okay. All of my star parts are now in the right place, but 2 of them want to be flipped. And I have a way to flip 2 corners, because remember I said you're always working with 3 pieces, and if 2 of them need to be affected, just move the 3rd one. So I'm going to switch these 2 places by first I'm going to offset it. I'm working with these 3 pieces. I'm going to put this piece in here, Okay, I'm working with, placing one of the flipped pieces into where the other flipped piece is. It's so easy to keep the things lined up. Down, down, and then, so these are the three pieces. I offset it, but I keep going that same face down to offset this way, and then these are the three pieces I'm going to use again. So this one moved forward, now it's going to move back in, so this one has the effect of me doing nothing, and these two end up being flipped. Down, down, and reset. And so now all my stop parts are correct. I don't care that the corners got moved. I can't place them with the A anymore because that will mess up my edge pieces, but I can place them with B. So looking for a bold piece on the gray side. Here's a green, wants to go here. That's one. Here's a purple that wants to go here. That's another one. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the gray, offset the gray so that it's advantageous to bring that one in here. So I move it above where it wants to be, and then I'm going to make this one of the three pieces that are going to move clockwise, which will drop this in here. So slide up. I'm doing Formula B for corners. Okay, and now that's in place where it wants to be, and reset my top. Okay. It wants to be twisted, but so does this, but I'm going to twist them later. So here's a purple one. It wants to land over here, so I offset the gray to bring it above where it wants to be, and then I'm going to move these three corners, which will drop this one here. So slide up, slide down, slide down. So that one doesn't need to be flipped. So I am left with just one on this face that wants to be flipped. Formula A is how we twist the corners. I said flipped, I lied. Formula A is how we twist corners, but it has to be done in multiples of 6 so that the rest of the cube is not affected. So I'm going to start by twisting this piece, and when this one is where I want it to be, I'm going to finish it with another corner that we don't care what happens to. So bottom row, right column, out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. That's where I want it, so I slide it out of the way to protect it. Continue, I have to finish my 6 set. So here's down, down, and up 3, out, down, and up 4, out, down, and up 5, out, down, and up 6, and then the rest of the cube is not messed up, and I offset the center again, star tips again, and we're set. So 1, 2, 3, all of the bold faces are done, and so now all we're left with is the top corners, and those are done with Formula A. Formula B. Formula B moves pieces around. So the first thing I do is I'm going to, so one piece is correct. If I bring the gray to the top on all of them, I'll be able to see where they are better, because this one's correct, but it's still confusing. So out, down, and up 1, out, down, and up 2, slide, out, down, and up 3, out, down, and up 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then reset. So my the stars are all correct. This one's correct, and this one wants to go here. This one wants to go here. These ones want to exchange as well. So I'm going to go one corner at a time. So this one wants to come here, so I'm going to move these three in one set, okay, and using these two columns. Slide up, slide up, slide down, and so this one is correct, and these ones, this one wants to move here, this one wants to move here, this one wants to move here. These three will move from up, up, down, down, and now everything's in the right place. Two of them want to be rotated, so I use Formula A to rotate them. I'm going to start with this one, and then I'm going to finish off with this one by moving it, but I'm going to keep it in this space right here. So out, down, and up, out, down, and up. It's not correct yet. There's 3, there's 4, that's correct, so I move it out of the way. This one's correct as well, move it out of the way. This one is okay to twist, so I'm going to finish my 6 set with this, 5, 6, and the rest of the cube is unscrambled, and we set the top, and we're done. So yes, formula AB, the ABCube method, formulas A and B work to solve every complexity minx and every complexity cube. All right, kitty, I get the message. I get the message. Okay. Smile for the camera once first, though. Hey, hey. She's hunting outside. All right, you guys, that's it. That was me playing with. I had to finish, and since I started it on stream, I had to finish it on stream. All right. So, does anyone have any questions or comments or for me before I call it a day and go make myself some breakfast? Also, I'm considering changing the times of my stream, just because daylight savings time happened, and I want to be more available for you guys. I know most of you guys at this point in time, depending on where you are like missing me because you're at school or at work. No questions or comments. Yay! Yes, yay! It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying when the last steps just fall into place. I love it, but not as much as my favorite thing in the world is seeing the face of a non-cuber light up when they realize that what they're doing to the cube is fixing the cube. And they had told me 10 minutes before that they didn't know how and couldn't ever learn. I love the look on their face when, wow, I can do this. It's just so precious to me. So that's why I do this. It's the funnest thing in the world. Not the cubes. The cubes are fun, yes. But being able to teach the cube is just so much fun for me. All right. Thank you for chatting with me, Agent. Thank you, the rest of you guys, for giving me part of your morning. I appreciate all of you. And I see a couple of faces that are new to me. If you've just discovered me, I'm Sunshine, and I'm the creator of the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes. And with just Formula A, just Formula B, you can solve every complexity Rubik's Cube, every complexity minx, and with just using Formula A and Formula B. I do not make anybody learn any parity algorithms because parities are a lie. You can deal with them, or you can just swipe them away with a single quarter turn, and the parity disappears, goes poof, and you don't have to memorize the parity algorithm. So there is that. This is not a speed solve method. It is not a fewest moves method. It's very move redundant. It's lousy with regrips. It's not an ideal if what you care about is speed. But if you just want to learn, or you have a friend who just wants to learn and says, I can't memorize all this, how do you do it? Just tell me the secret. That's it. Bring them here. I can do a gameplay capture on my Twitch, on my Zoom call, so I can teach up to 4 people at a time, because every cube has corners, so we just start there. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go make breakfast for me and my cat, and bring me your non-cuber friends if you wanna. And in the meantime, come join me again. I'll be here this afternoon, early evening. I don't know. I'll be here this afternoon. I'll be here tomorrow. And I need to go. I've been talking enough. Bye, you guys. Go have a nice day. Be fun. Go have a fun day. Be nice to yourself. Bye.